What's up, everybody? This is Santa Bird. That's right. We are 3 days away from Christmas, and Santa Bird himself is here on this episode of Sticky Side. Once again, I'm joined by my man, Rob Chismark in Middleburg, Florida. What's up, Rob? How you doing, man?
I'm freaking amazing. If I was any better, I'd have to be twins, which would be pretty cool if I was twins. You know what I'm saying?
Would you be the uglier twin or the better-looking twin? I would.
Probably.
Which one?
Yep.
Dude, I would love to see like you without a beard. I just want to know what you would look like without a beard.
Oh, I would not look like me.
Have you
I
got
would
some
be,
pictures? Have you got some pictures we could put on the show?
Yeah. It'd take me a minute, and I can't go grab one right
No.
now. But yeah, for
No,
sure.
no. Don't get them
I got
now.
some old Air Force pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Maybe that's
you're
a
fly
New
boy.
Year, man. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
So,
tonight my beard is looking better than yours, bro. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now. It's nice and fluffy.
Yeah.
and
I mean, yours is fake.
hey, I didn't say anything about it being fake. I said it
Yours
looks
is
better than
fake.
yours.
I like it.
Hey, Rob's brother has a better beard than him.
Rob's
Oh,
brother.
that's the biggest lie.
Wait, you got a
Biggest
brother?
lie someone ever told in their life. I got 3 brothers, man.
3. So, where do you rank in this? Are you the middle, the oldest, youngest? What?
I'm the oldest of 7.
Wait a
3
second.
brothers and 3 sisters.
Wait a second. Good God.
Yeah.
The Chismark bunch in the
Yeah.
house. The Chismark bunch.
Mhm.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, I bet that was a fun Christmas growing up, wasn't it? Damn.
No, not really. It was long.
Wow. Yeah.
It
I only.
was long.
I was.
Nobody getting shit.
I was the middle.
Nobody getting nothing.
Well, I know everybody's wondering who's that voice they hear in the background back there. We got my man Noah Wooten in the house, ACL Pro. What's going on, Noah? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. Just trying to make it.
You look like
Here
you're
we
chilling.
go.
You look like you're chilling, man. Like you're living the life.
That dude, he's always poor mouthing too. Oh, just trying to make it. Just trying to make it.
Well, it looks like you're doing a
I
pretty
ain't got
good
it,
job
man.
of
I'm
that.
broke.
So,
I appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
that's funny.
I'm
man.
hanging in there.
yeah. So, what's going on with you? What you got going on tonight, man? Where you at right now?
So I'm in right outside of Richmond at the blind draw, but I'm chilling in the car though. I didn't get to play the blind draw. I'd rather give y'all my time and play this blind draw.
Well, I'm sure we
Appreciate
just
it.
made a lot of players in there happy. Yeah.
One of them very sad though. The
Yeah,
one who's
one
going to
of-
draw that chip.
Yeah.
That one is sad. When it comes to blind draws, man, I see Noah carry the worst players all the way to first place, man. It doesn't matter what part of the country, who the player is. I've seen that kid carry people, heavy sacks of potatoes all the way, man. Almost like he was only playing one side and still winning. But if people improve, I wonder what it's like up there in Richmond. Richmond that's a kind of a hotbed for cornhole. There's some really good pros that come out of there. The quality more than the quantity up in Richmond, Virginia. What's it like up there? I haven't seen you in pictures very often, Noah.
Honestly, there's only one closed on Mondays and Fridays, but the one on Mondays at it's at like a Moose Lodge, and they always got something going on. So five out of 10, 6 out of 10, they're gonna cancel. So
Oh, no.
we really I don't even play that much around here.
That's different than the way it used to be. I mean, you used to be able to find something almost every night, right? Back when you were, I'll say the problem now has nothing to do with location. I really think it has something to do with whether or not you're single. Maybe that might be the problem.
That does make it different.
I know you've changed. You've become one heck of a changed man since you gotten close with Cameron. You told me when we were in California together, I think that might be the last time I saw you, that you're just a different man than the guy that I watched grow up.
A lot different, man.
A lot
Gotta
different.
walk
What
a
are you
straight
doing?
path.
Why are you growing up, man? What's going on? This is You told me nobody could do that. What you used to tell me about yourself?
I ain't really grew up none, man. I just don't travel as much. I can't get out and
Oh,
travel like I need to.
yeah, that's okay though, right?
Time.
When Noah, I don't really know you that well, so I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. How old are you?
23.
23, and you've already got your own cornhole apparel company going with Kontraband, right?
Oh yeah, we make apparel and bags.
Apparel. How long have you been doing that?
I'll say like right at the end of last season. I'd say around October, maybe a little after.
Now, what got you fired up to do that? Just tired of wearing everybody else's stuff, and you were like, I'm gonna do my own shit.
I mean, well, the apparel stuff. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to have my own stuff, but with the bags, I just like fell into a good situation. Somebody looked out for me, so I tried to take advantage of it.
I know I came to you kind of toward the end of the season last year, and I said, "Hey, let's work out something for next year." You told me can't make no money unless you make your own. He said, "Can't make no money unless you make your own." He said, "I'm gonna make my own." I was like, "Well, damn, that's pretty sweet."
Well, you should know about that.
How's it
Rob?
been going? I still ain't making no money. I got to get a guy like Noah throwing them so people can see it. But we're coming along, man. We got them rule boys that are doing it now, and we got a bunch of people that are interested. So
Yeah,
I know what that part's like. How's it been going for you, Noah? Have you? I know you've probably had to take about 10,000 messages over the last 4 months.
Probably the last week.
That's a lot,
But
man.
I mean, it's all good, man. It's just a person like me ain't used to being this busy, man. My brain and scattered brain. It's hard, but I just try to stay with it. I'm learning as I go.
what kind
It's
of
fun,
messages?
though. Is it gonna?
Like you said, you got 10,000 messages. Like what are people sending you messages for? Fans, business, what?
I mean, mostly business. People just asking like what are the speed of bags and me to donate bags, this all type of stuff, man.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. So that's when you need to just like hire somebody to monitor your social media and only have like a certain email address, or you got to have a burner phone just for business, or that stuff will just it'll compile and just weigh on you, and you're not going to answer all those messages, man. If you do, you're a better man than I am. It's tough.
Bro, he don't even answer messages from his friends anymore. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I be busy, Chiz Mark. You gotta catch me slipping, man.
You answer me most of the time. I'm not really complaining. Most of the time, you and me talk whenever I hit you up. So it ain't But now answering the phone, you're starting to get like Matthew Sorrells.
Well,
I won't ever be that bad.
Well, you're the first guest we've had, and I think Rob? How many guests we had? About 17. I think it's 17 because this is episode 19, I believe.
Yep.
And we've had 17.
I've been able
to get a hold of every one of them on Facebook. But I was like, okay, let's see. Let's type in Noah. He's got to be on Facebook. Nothing. There was like 3 other Noah's Wootens, and I was like, that's definitely not him. One had 14 friends and no mutual friends on the other ones. But then I ran into your pro page on Facebook, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not even going to send him a message on that one. Let me try Instagram because everybody's using IG now. And lo and behold, I got lucky. I was like, damn, I threw my bait out there. I caught a fish, and he did respond on that one. So is there a reason why you just don't do Facebook other than your fan page?
I do use Facebook a lot, but my messages, like if we ain't friends or I don't know how it works, but like most of the messages I get, they'll go to a different folder and like I don't get a notification for it. So I just happen to look sometimes and I end up seeing it. But on Instagram, I get a notification. I'm a lot more active on Instagram though.
Yeah. A lot of people are. I mean, do you use Instagram a lot, Rob?
I do not use it a lot.
Like a lot of people prefer Instagram over Facebook for their social media. Like Joe Rogan prefers it over Facebook and Twitter. I can't figure out Instagram yet. I'm trying. I'm learning with it, but I don't know. How about you, Laura? What do you prefer? Our lovely producer, Laura.
I encourage
I just saw it.
to check out your tag in my Instagram stories. So I suggest your co-host figure it out.
Damn, Rob.
I use it. I use it, just not a lot. In fact, I just saw a notification come up from you on Instagram, I'm guessing.
From who? Oh, from Laura?
You're welcome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Noah, tell us,
Pretty
man.
amazing, Mike.
Yeah, she's all right. She's sitting here with her rum and Coke, you know. She gives
That's
me
my
the middle
girl. She's
finger.
amazing.
Jesus.
I can see I love it that the camera faces her. That's one of my favorite parts about this show.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
That I can see her all the time.
On God, like the most validation that I get comes from you, Rob. Thank you.
You're welcome. When you guys are taking pictures at all these parties, I want him to take more with you.
He won't.
I'm tired of seeing him with all his friends.
Dude, I can't take one without her. Nothing. So this is gonna get twisted. This is gonna get twisted, and I'm gonna catch an argument after this podcast. So I'm just gonna shut up right now, and I'm gonna talk to Noah about cornhole.
Let's
How about
take
that?
it back to Noah.
Let's do it. Let's
Noah,
do
when
it.
you said you're at the Moose Lodge, is that the one in Hanover County
Oh.
off of Route 1?
So Noah, Laura is from Richmond, so she can tell you everything about Richmond. That's why she's asking questions now.
I honestly couldn't tell you. Maybe I know Caroline. I think Caroline County.
That's too funny. My parents live in Caroline County. I'm headed back up there Saturday for
Wow.
Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Small world.
It's such a small world.
I mean,
There's
it's
no
not
doubt
that
about it.
amazing. It's just a county in Virginia. It's
Well, yeah, but
I
it's
mean-
like the most desolate, vacant, vast county in Virginia that literally no one seems to know about anyway. So it is amazing to cross paths with someone who knows what Caroline County is. People are like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Virginia. Well, we're in Virginia. I'm like, I have to round down Richmond. Wait, where's Richmond? It's like 50 miles south. Fuck it. I live in the White House, guys. Like, no one knows where anything in Virginia is. So I literally have to round down to like the most common denominator when it comes to Virginia.
Oh,
you know, for all our listeners
Virginia
in Richmond,
Beach,
we love
that's
you.
where I live.
I am the president. Like that's where I'm at in Virginia.
That's awesome.
So it's nice. It's
But
just
then
nice
you
to be
cross
able to-
paths with the shepherd Noah Wooten, right? And he's sitting in your same county, probably neighbors with your parents.
That's
be awesome.
hilarious. Of course, in Caroline County, the closest neighbor is approximately 2 miles away. So we'll never know.
Listen for the bag.
So it sounds like this
Listen
Moose
for the
Lodge
bags
might be
hitting the
out in the
board.
middle of nowhere, like with no neighboring buildings around. Well, are you on it, producer? We're silent. I'm looking at Laura, seeing if she's switching cameras, and she's phased out now.
Well, no, I was
Phased out.
watching Noah's because we lost Noah for a second.
Yeah, so like when Noah disappears, you need to like go to whoever's talking and bam, hit it. And then like if Rob's talking, you go to Rob and then you hit Rob. Bam. Producing tutorial.
Does she have a
101.
camera on her?
No, she doesn't. No.
Oh.
I thought she had it. She's a quick learner. I don't know. I guess she doesn't have it right now.
Let's talk about cornhole, guys.
She's got it.
All right, Noah. So you're originally from Georgia, right?
Don't
Yes, sir.
What part?
Macon, right in the middle.
Oh, okay. I lived in Atlanta for 3 years. I don't regret moving away from there. I guess it was all right. This just wasn't my speed. But so that's where you started playing cornhole, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. How did you get introduced into the game?
My little brother kept begging me to take him to a fundraiser. And it was a cornhole tournament, and he kept begging me. I finally took him.
And that was it. You played in the tournament, I'm assuming, right? With your brother?
Yeah, we played in the tournament, and then after the tournament, we lost, of course. And after the tournament, I seen people that had jerseys on, and it was like $500 or $600. I was like, all right, I'm gonna come back and win that money. And he told me, he was like, nah, you ain't gonna win this one. I came back in about 2 weeks, and nobody would play me no more.
That's all it took was 2 weeks.
It was less than a month, and nobody would gamble with me from my area anymore.
Damn, you caught on pretty quick to that. Well, how did you catch on so fast?
About 10 hours a day.
No shit. Damn. Well, you were probably, about 18?
10 hours a day. Yes, 17, 18.
Okay.
I think 18.
It was back when he used to wear a regular hat to do stuff. He hasn't worn a regular hat since he turned 19 years old. He went to that bucket hat, and then he's gone to these stocking caps, and he don't wear regular hats anymore. It's crazy.
A stocking cap? You mean a beanie? Or
Beanie,
toboggan?
stocking cap, toboggan.
Yeah.
I always thought a toboggan was a sled, man. I didn't know it was a hat.
You thought a toboggan was a sled?
I was wrong.
It is a sled.
It's a sled.
What?
It's a sled.
It is not. It's a hat you put on your head.
It is.
It's like what Noah's wearing right now.
No,
You call him a toboggan
it's
in
a
the
sled.
Hold on.
It's a sled. In fact, you can search that, and you might find that in Urban Dictionary, but you're not going to find it in a real
All
toboggan. Is definitely a sled.
This just in.
Multiple
when I
person.
Googled toboggan, a whole bunch of sleds pop up.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
No way. Not toboggans.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Shocker.
That's kind of I'm calling bullshit because in the South, look, when you hit the images, what's the second picture?
Okay,
a
but
fucking
I
beanie.
had to Google
Exactly.
toboggan hat to get anything like that.
No, I just put in toboggan, and there it is.
Toboggan.
We toboggan up in this mother.
I'm with you on this one, Michael.
What's that?
A long, narrow sled used for a sport of
I'm
coasting
with you on
downhill
this one.
over snow or
Yeah.
ice. Because none of y'all know what sleds are. All you from the South.
Don't ride sleds in North Carolina. What?
You're damn right.
You're in Florida.
But where I'm from, we ride. I'm not from here, though.
Bro, in Florida, y'all ride like motorized wheelchairs.
In fact, they say the verb for toboggan is tobogganing. And it said slide downhill over snow on a toboggan. Let's go tobogganing.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying.
saying.
I'm just saying.
When you
I'm
put the
just
word
saying.
toboggan in Google and you touch images, it's like a 50-50. It's sleds and the hats. So, you know what? Me and
it's
Noah
not
know what the hell we're
50-50.
talking about. I don't know what
Oh, y'all are
sleds
y'all
are.
are just foolish, man.
I've never
Beanies.
heard. Noah, have you ever heard anybody
Stocking
in your life
caps.
say, I'm going tobogganing? I'm going
He just
tobogganing.
did. He just did, bro.
Oh,
And it was awesome. I'm going
going
tobogganing.
Jesus.
I'm down. I'm down to go tobogganing. Jesus didn't toboggan. He was
All right.
from a desert.
All right, so we were talking about Noah's cornhole history, and he started out in Georgia, played in a blind draw with his brother. Not a blind draw, but just regular tournament with his brother. Nobody wanted to play him after a month of practicing for 10 hours a day. I mean, you practice 10 hours a day, you got to build lots of muscle memory doing it that much. So you became a beast. When did you start playing in the ACL?
When I first started, there was only ACO tournaments, like regionals around my area.
Yeah.
There was only like one or two.
Mhm.
And then like there's probably like 4 or 5 months into me playing, they had their first ACL regional. So then Chris Burrell ran it. So after that, I just started going to the regionals there. And then over time, there was towns within like 2 or 3 hours that started having ACL regionals.
I think so. You're an old ACO player from back in the day, then.
I wouldn't call myself that.
You played in did you have an ACO membership at one time?
Sadly.
That man
That was funny. He's like, I wouldn't call myself that. So yeah, so you did. You got your feet wet in the ACO. A lot of players did, but it's kind of hard to find like some of the younger players like yourself that actually played in those ACO tournaments. There's a few. There's a few of them at the top of the ACL leaderboard. Actually, I guess there's nothing wrong with getting your feet wet in the ACO, just a little bit. Just stick your toe in there.
Oh, there was nothing wrong with it. I just had bad experiences with the owner, and I just couldn't support it anymore. So I just cut my ties.
Oh yeah, we get that. Rob could probably tell you some stuff about. Well, I think everybody here at one point had like some kind of bad stuff going on with Frank, but I've talked to Frank since then, and me and Frank get along. I love Frank. I think what Frank's doing with the ACO, it's great for the game. What Stacey Moore does with the ACL is great for the game. Together, they are controlling the cornhole world. I mean, and it is what it is. I don't know what them two think of each other. I don't know if they'll ever work together. But at what they're doing right now, everybody in the country is finding out what cornhole is all about. Shit, I wouldn't know. Where'd I go the other day? Was it Walmart or Target? There was like some cornhole boards set up on one of their end pieces, and it had ACO on it. So I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, just like he said, he had some bad experiences, and I think I was around for that. Just to watch him go through that, it just wasn't fun. And Noah's not a kind of guy who he's not going to let you get him twice. You're going to get Noah once, and he felt like he got, and so you know how that goes. He had to, just like you said, he couldn't support it anymore, and he didn't make a big deal out of it. He just went on and did his thing, and that's one of the things I really like about him is he does have the opportunity and the platform to do things on a larger scale. But when it's something like that, if it's a negative thing, Noah just kind of lets it go and moves on to bigger and better things for himself. So it's really cool to see, that happen that way.
All right. Is that true, Noah? Did Rob just describe you to a T?
Yeah, Rob knows me pretty well, man. I've been knowing Rob a good while now. I spend a lot of time with Rob.
Then how come Rob doesn't throw any better than what he does?
Well, most time when I was at Rob's house practicing, Rob had to work, so I will give him that. He does work a lot.
Yeah, he's a workaholic.
And then he runs tournaments on top of that, so I salute to Rob. It's a lot of hard work. He dedicates a lot of his time to the players, even after he works long days. Mm-hmm. He has big jobs on his hands. So I will give Rob that. He does work a lot.
Yeah, Rob knows I'm just playing with him. He's a good thrower. I do want to play Rob one-on-one. We got to make this happen sometime.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Some days I think I'm a good thrower, and then the last regional I was at, I was the absolute last in PPR. I threw like a 5.94 for the tournament. It was the worst tournament I think I've ever had in my life. It was just terrible. Nothing was doing what I wanted to do. It was awful, man. It was my tournament. So a lot of times when you run your own tournament, you can't really, what I mean? You can't really throw, you can't really focus on the game as much. And so, man, it was so bad. It was so bad, dude. Well, I'm losing to these people that.
Well, isn't that easier now with the software that just runs the tournaments by itself? Basically, after you put all the information into the computer and you hit go, doesn't the tournament usually run itself?
It kind of does, but the efficiency of it, making sure that the software is running stuff in the right steps, and plus you're running 3 divisions at once, and there's never it's never just cornhole, man. There's questions about every single thing, and it's just, you know how it is, man.
Yeah.
It's you got to be a director. You have to direct. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to direct. And, sometimes it gets to you. Sometimes it doesn't. But I try to actually go to other people's regionals so that I have no responsibility. But, it's crazy. But but that is the beauty of getting to know all the other players and watching Seed and knowing what it takes. Noah, that dude used to put in, he said 10 hours of practice. That's no joke. I know I've told you the story before where I woke up at 5:30 in the morning and somebody was throwing bags in my yard, and it was him because he had moved down here to Florida for a while and he lived here with us. And I don't know if he went to sleep early that night and just woke up, couldn't sleep anymore, went outside and was throwing bags at 5:30 in the morning. I went out there because I was on my way to work. I walk over to him and the dude is sweating at 5:30 in the morning from throwing bags. So, he was out there for an hour and a half, just firing bags and just getting better. And and me, how, Mike, we talk about it like, oh, I can't throw bags by myself. Noah throws bags by himself and he does things with those bags. It's unreal. Like he taught himself all them rolls and all them flops and all them cut shots. And oh my gosh, he used to do the credit card airmail, dude. He's hit some of the sickest shots in practice that you've ever seen in your life.
What's the credit card airmail?
Talk about it, Noah. Talk about the credit card.
It's funny you say that, Rob. Like probably like a week ago, not even a week ago, I was at a tournament and I was sitting there thinking to myself, throw a credit card, and I haven't done that since probably I lived in Jacksonville. But like I would just take the bag and turn it where it's straight up and down, and you gotta hit the slot. Like it ain't big enough for a regular bag to fit in it, so you gotta turn the bag to where it'll fit.
Slide it in. Credit card.
I was just thinking about a credit card like last week, man, and I haven't done that in forever. I used to practice so much and throw so many bags every day that I could just do all the crazy, like the stupid, nobody would ever even think of it, and I just feel like I'll make it every time just because I was throwing it so much. So I used to not care when I tried whatever. It didn't matter. But now I don't use my head a little bit.
I noticed watching some of your videos, man, when you do a push, man, you put your whole body into it. It looks violent almost. Did it take you a while to learn to control that?
I mean, the bags used to be all like, ACL days, the bags were super sticky. Like, so you had to, but I will say that Duncan, I know you know Duncan Clemmer.
Yeah.
He taught me that. I ran into Duncan early in my cornhole career, and he taught me a lot of all the special stuff. He taught me the fundamentals, and I just went with it after that.
Now, Noah, I think that you're probably the original guy who completed the bar soap shot, and the one that I remember that you did first that probably should have gone viral. In fact, if you probably shared it now, it probably would go viral, was the time you were down at Barry's underneath that overhang and you and Matthew were playing in that bring your own partner, and you fired that bar soap shot where like nobody even knew what was coming. And talk about that, because I know you worked on that shot for a long time, and then they had to make a name for it because of how good you got at doing it. Talk about the development of that shot for us for a little bit.
Honestly, I just think that comes from a lot of practice and throwing a lot of bags at the same time. Like I practice with 5 or 6 sets of bags, so the hole be bunched up a lot, and then just practice just slinging hard and being able to hit the middle, like throwing it hard as you can. But I mean, if you really think about it, it's I guess you could call it science or whatever. But if the bag is anywhere like over the hole above it, if you hit hard enough into it, it's gonna go over the hole. I just got lucky having to hit that one.
Boy, that was sick though. I remember people were videoing it, and you just hit. I mean, you told everybody you were going to do it, and everybody was like, "What the hell? Ain't no way he's going to do it." In fact, when you were talking about it, I'm like, "Oh man, he's been working on this." I took my camera out to watch it just because I knew what was going to happen. And dude, when you hit that shot, I mean, the whole place erupted. It was incredible. it was pretty much the first time anybody had ever seen it on camera. So kudos, bro.
Appreciate it. Honestly, I think that the video has like almost 1 million views though on Facebook.
Oh, that's pretty viral then.
I mean, I think 1 million classifies as viral.
Yeah, we call that viral. But it was such a great shot. I mean, it was funny. He took a timeout, came down, looked at it. It was good stuff, man. It was good stuff. This kid is like, and then at the 4th of July, the national that you won in Philadelphia, where you pretty much, I mean, everybody knew about the flop shot. Everybody knew about the roll, but you perfected it in a championship game, and you frustrated the heck out of Jamie Graham with it to the point where he stopped blocking. So talk about that too. When did you decide to start using that, and why did you use it in that situation?
I actually threw like 4 different sets of bags that tournament. Like I threw a set of bags and another set and then another set. And then I just like I won my first 3 games, but I just didn't feel like I could win the tournament with the bags I was throwing. So I was just walking around, I seen Windsor, and then he was throwing some different bags. His book bag was laying behind the board, so I just went and looked in it while he wasn't looking. And I took his bags out. I didn't even say nothing to him. And I just started throwing them. And I threw them, and I was like, man, these things are too sticky. And I got to throwing it, and everything you throw, it just roll over everything. So I was like, I'm going to try them. So I just stuck with those. And I ended up having to play Windsor. I had his own bags against him.
So when did he find out you took his bags?
Honestly, I think his girlfriend at the time told him after I got him, but he didn't say nothing to me about it until
you played.
He said he picked up his book bag, and well, no, it was a little before that because he watched some of my games. But he said he picked up his book bag and it felt light. Like he said he didn't feel no bags in it, but he said he didn't think nothing about it. And then he found out I was throwing them. He was cool about it though. He didn't.
Note to self: cool, make sure you put a padlock on your bag when Noah Wooten's around. Hey, Noah,
that's one of the things. That's one of the things I really love about him is because, I mean, he did have, just last year was the first year that he really signed with a bag company, and he was pretty loyal to them most of the year. But if Noah's not winning, or if he doesn't feel like he can win, he's going to find a piece of equipment that he thinks he can win with. And me as a bag manufacturer, I'm okay with it because I want to see you win regardless of what you're throwing. And in the end, he's going to give the credit to his sponsors anyway. But, you know, that brings up the question, what do you want your guy to do? Do you want him to win, or do you want him to throw your bags all the time? So I would never, as a bag manufacturer, and now, Noah, you are a bag manufacturer, so I ask you that same question. But me as a bag manufacturer, I would much rather my guy win with my picture on his shirt than be handcuffed with the equipment that I'm making for him. What about you, Noah? Now that everybody's going to be throwing Kontraband that you've signed, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to win, or do you want them to possibly be handcuffed?
No, I want my players to play to win. But I mean, that it also, like, that's how I pick my players though. Like all the players that we sponsor, they're all like my friends on a personal level. So we know each other like farther than cornhole. I would never get mad at somebody for throwing, because I know I do in the instant. I go to tournaments all the time and don't throw Kontraband bags.
What is it about?
It's yours.
What is it about Kontraband bags that separates them from other top bags?
I mean, you can make an argument that bags are better than other bags, but honestly, it ain't the bag, man. It's just all about the players that are throwing them and how comfortable they are with throwing that type of bag. You can take the worst set of bags and win a tournament with them, or you can take the so-called best set and win. It just depends on who's throwing them. That's all it is.
You know, I'm glad you said that, because if you look at the top players in the ACL right now and what they're throwing, those same players played in the ACO 5-6 years ago throwing those China bags, and they were top dog back then. So it's all about the player, man. I mean, bags are fun. They're made different now. They definitely are. a lot different than those ACO bags. But, you know, you still got to know how to throw them, and you still got to have the technique to throw them. And it doesn't matter what kind of cloth they're made out of. I don't think ACO bags would go up against these bags that are out there on the market now. Hell no, not a chance. Clog bags are out of style, brother.
Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see them like I don't care who the player is. They're not going to bring a set of those China bags over here and win.
There ain't no way.
You know, despite the equipment, you know, it would have to be a situation where everybody's throwing the same thing, because if somebody else can bring a set of game changers, you know, Matt Guy with China bags and Damon Dennis with game changers, and that game is probably over in about 6 rounds.
You know, I would like to see.
Matt Guy can't throw 12s the whole time.
I would like to see that, though. I would like to see that just to test that theory. You know, Matt Guy using ACO bags and somebody like Damon Dennis using, like, game changers. That would be interesting to watch, just to see, like, what's it called, Laura, when you have a science experiment and you have a start point? What's that called? Oh, my God. I should know this shit. Rob, you're smart as hell. Come on.
Are you talking about a beta test?
No. It's a starting point. It's something that you grade all the other experiments off of.
That's the beta test. That's the initial test, and then you test against the results of that.
Do we have another toboggan situation going on here? I don't think it's called a beta test. It's like the principle or something like that. Damn it. Anyway, you know what I mean. But yeah, that would be cool to watch, man.
I think that Noah could probably beat Matt Guy with the. I don't know. It is his Uncle Matt, so it's a little tough to.
Do not do that on
here. Do not do that on here, he said. Oh, those are some of the fun. Listen, me and Noah have been sitting in the truck. He used to do a little bit of work with me. We've been sitting in the truck, and boy, I called Matt Guy one time as Noah was talking trash, and it was fun trash. It wasn't bad trash. And I called Matt and I asked him about it. And wouldn't you know that Matt knew exactly the tournament that we were talking about? What'd he say, Noah?
He said I was hanging my hat on the luck of the draw.
On that little, it wasn't no big luck of it. It was that little luck of the draw. You remember that? He's hanging his hat on that little luck of the draw.
I take my wins however I can get them.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
That's what he said. That's what he said. I think you might have gotten him though in singles later that year. I think you might have gotten him, but it's so fun. Like this game gives you the opportunity to have a lot of fun if you don't take it too seriously. You know, there are people around who take it very seriously, and they would be offended by that, and some might even argue that Matt would be offended by that. But really, I mean, if you have fun with this game, it just can open up so much for you. And I want to talk about that because I know you spend a lot of time now out there in California, and you're hanging out with Shamar and David and all those guys out there with SWAT Cornhole, and because of Trey. Did you start that relationship because of the relationship with Lucky Bags and Trey, or how did that relationship get cultivated between you and those guys out there?
Just Trey. He called me one day. He was like, "We're going to Shamar's house." He was like, "You know Shamar Moore?" And I didn't like, I knew him because my parents watched the soap opera when I was a kid. So I didn't know that was his name. And like right off the top of my head, I was like, "All right, whose house is that?" And then he sent me a picture of him. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, well, "Damn, yeah, we're going."
Wait, Shamar was on a soap opera?
Yeah, that's how he got famous.
What soap opera was he on?
That, and then I want to say
Young
it was
and
like
the
one.
Young
Oh,
and
there you
Restless.
go.
Whoa,
There you
okay.
go.
My grandma was deaf when I was growing up, or she's still deaf, but I stayed at her house a lot, and that's all she kept on the TV during a certain time of the day was soap opera, and you couldn't touch that TV. It had the big old subtitles on the bottom.
That's awesome.
So you,
I
I
was
know Shamar pretty well.
I was a Days of Our Lives kind of guy. I went Days of Our Lives, and then the Guiding Light, got taken off the air. But that was years ago when I was a kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Shamar might not even have been born then.
I will say that Trey sent Shamar a DM on Instagram, and because he seen him throwing the 4-bagger, he posted a video where he threw a 4-bagger on Instagram. So he sent him a message and he never sent nothing back. So then he seen Trey on TV, playing on ESPN during COVID, like during the pandemic when it hit. So he went looking him up on Instagram. He was like, well, damn, he already sent me a message. So then he responded back to him and set it all up from there. And then we flew out to Shamar's, and then the rest is history. Man loves cornhole.
Pretty sweet.
Well, he just thought he was one of those random
How's that
fans.
new backyard?
He sent me a picture of it today. It
awesome.
is second to none. I will say he got the best cornhole setup in the nation.
Jesus.
By far.
The nation?
In the nation.
Better than
Nobody's
the ACL
close.
headquarter.
10 times.
Oh my God. I wouldn't mind seeing this for myself. That'd be pretty cool.
It's a lot of it got to do with it being in California, Southern California, and the weather is absolutely amazing. Like it don't really get cold, it don't rain, wind ain't blowing, just sunny and fresh air outside.
Well,
that's pretty awesome.
He was at Spencer McKenzie's, of course, this past year. I saw you out there. I didn't get a chance to talk to you. You were too busy over there throwing bags with Shamar and his crew. So I didn't walk over there and say anything to you. But we were able to get his number through Rob, and Shamar sent like a group text out. I don't know, like 2 months ago. It was what was it, Rob? Like 2 weeks after Spencer McKenzie's, maybe.
Yeah, when he was closing the backyard, Noah, because of the remodel, and he said he was having that one last blind draw out there, so he invited us to that. But that's pretty sweet.
I mean, if I didn't live in North Carolina and had a little more heads up, it'd be worth getting a ticket and going out there and doing it. I'd just like to go out there and see the setup itself. That'd be pretty awesome.
It's definitely worth it, man. If you ever get another chance to go, I'll definitely make the time to go.
Yeah. Well, the ACL, Stacy Moore was out there. So maybe they got something going on with the ACL.
Yeah, supposedly they're going to have at the end of the season the certain amount, like I think maybe top 8 boys, top 8 girls will be in a blind draw for some amount of money, and it'll be at Shamar's. And it'll have the whole ACL. It'll be broadcasted and all.
Sweet.
Wow. So are you trying to get to the top 8 this year? Then is that what the goal is? The Shamar blind draw.
I mean, I'm always trying to be number 1, but I get the invite anyway.
You can't play though. You ain't gonna be if you can't be top 8. Tell me about that. What's the season look like for Noah Wooten? What's the season look like for Noah Wooten? It's going to be Noah Wooten is going to be playing doubles with who is it again? I know it's Buddy. Big Tone. He is good, boy. That dude is good. So what's it look like? Singles and doubles. Tell me. Give me a prediction.
I mean, shit. I'm definitely about to start back practicing a lot more because I know I don't like losing to folks I ain't supposed to lose to, and they like to hold on to it a little bit when I lose. So I don't know. But doubles I've been playing fine. I mean, Tony, man, it's hard not to win with him, man. You just got to maintain on your end, and man, he'll do the rest of the work. He's tough.
So yeah, I like that. The way you say they like to hold on to it a little long.
Who's that,
You're
man?
darn right they do.
Tell us who's holding on to it.
Do.
Who's holding on to it? We know somebody is that it's annoying you. Who is it?
Oh no, I wouldn't even say it's just anybody in particular, but like when I came into the game, like when I first started going to tournaments, like I think I won like the second or third regional that I went to. Like
Mm-hmm.
so like ever since the beginning I've always like been at the top of my game, and like people just people back home, man, like I lose in the blind draws and shit, man. Like I lose the regional and they just like to hang on to it. Like they ain't gonna forget about it.
Yeah, that's kind of like me. I got a couple of wins over Jamie Graham way back in the day. I still hold on to him. Yeah.
We gotta hold on to it.
Gotta hold on to it. So hey, Noah, so your girlfriend, I guess a lot of people know your girlfriend is not only one of the top female players in the country, but she's also just one of the overall top players in Cameron Belvin. Tell me, how did that relationship come about? Where'd you guys meet at?
I met Cameron, I think an ACL major, long time ago. Like we never really like, other than saying hello and stuff, we never really talked. But it was like last year, or no, it was this year. Probably like August maybe. Like something, I don't know, man. Just 2 and 2 together and made 4.
Well, so you guys are
Here we
fairly
are.
new. Y'all are a fairly new couple then. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't been dating that long. A couple months.
How does she date someone so ugly though? That's what I got. I just don't get it.
I ask her all the time. I ask her that all the time, right?
I mean, damn, Rob. If I'd have known Noah better, I probably would have said the same thing, though. It's kind of like the comment I would use
bro.
with you,
That's
Rob.
messed up.
No.
Yeah. I got it. I get it.
From Rob, man.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. I don't mean anything by it. I just want to know. You know, inquiring minds, man. We just want to know.
Oh, shit.
Here's a real good question for you, though. I've been watching your brothers, man. They are really improving, dude. I've seen. I think both of them. I don't know if they were together or they were playing with Tyler. One was playing with Tyler, and they played well in a regional in Albany, and not too long ago. So, what's it like seeing those guys come up in the game? I know you guys kind of started together. And they were a little younger than you, so high school was beating them up and all the other things, all the other sports they were playing. What's it like to see both your brothers coming up in the game and looking good?
I love to see them playing. Like they started out playing when I did, but they kind of gave it up. They didn't want to play anymore, and I just stayed with it. But now they're getting serious with it. It's a lot of shit talking. That's what I get out of it.
Well, how old are your brothers?
They think they can beat me now. One just turned 21 like 3 or 4 days ago, and then the other one's he just turned 18.
Oh, okay.
I bet they are talking. I bet they are talking because they're getting good.
Gonna be a whole lot of ass
Oh yeah,
whoopings
they
out
talk
there.
a lot of shit.
You've been waiting all night.
I just made that up, actually. I thought it was pretty good, but because they're at the age where they like to fight, get it? Ass whoopings. That would have been good. Ass whoopings.
Ass wooten. Yeah, you said ass wooten.
Yeah.
Oh,
ass whoopings. Yeah. Jesus, Rob.
I tried to get them to stay with it from the beginning, like when I first started, but then they kind of gave it up. And then when they seen me on TV, and I gave my little brother a shout out on TV, then they wanted to play cornhole then. So now they're taking it serious again. Hopefully they won't give it up.
I think a lot of people, once they saw it on TV, were like, I'm getting back into this.
Yeah, I definitely see a lot of the older OG players that you don't see anymore. They definitely stepping back out, trying to make a run at a pro status. A lot of them.
Yeah. Including this guy.
It ain't easy, man. It ain't easy.
No, 256 spots, man. I mean, damn, that may seem like a lot, but it's not. Not with the talent pool out there, man.
And Noah, you're on Devin Harbaugh's team, is that right? Is that the team that you got drafted to?
Yep, the Skunks.
The Skunks. That was we were sitting around, we were at a blind draw, we were watching the draft. We had it on in the background, and when Devin came up, I said he's gonna pick Noah. And they were like, what? That's a reach. They can get Noah later. I'm like, he's gonna pick Noah. I'm telling you. They're like, why do you think that? I'm like, because they're boys. They throw the same style. They win. They love winning together. They love traveling together. They love hanging together. He's gonna pick Noah. And they were like, no way. Sure enough, your name came up. I was like, and then you just started picking the same way that you got the contraband company going. You guys kind of just started picking the same way. Were you heavily involved in the forming of that team after you got picked?
I picked the whole team.
Nice. I mean, you've been good at that over the last couple of years. You've been the captain of the Conference Cup team 2 years, right? 2 years running. You've been the captain because you've been the top in the conference.
3 of them.
3 of them. 3
in a row.
conference cups. That's pretty sweet, man. It's pretty sweet. So that did you feel okay? I mean, you don't play much fantasy football. Did you feel okay drafting all those players? You drafted the guys you wanted, obviously. So how do you feel about that team going forward?
I really love our team. Like, I think we had an advantage just because of like how much me and Harbaugh travel. Like, Harbaugh traveled a lot. He's been all over the world. I mean, all over the country. But I've even traveled more than Harbaugh. I think I traveled more than anybody, honestly. Like, as far as just different states and different regions playing. So I felt pretty comfortable with like knowing who I was drafting. Like, I feel like honestly, like our last 8 or 9 picks, like I feel like they could have went like in the top 5, 6 rounds. Honestly. I have to pull the list up, but like, go ahead.
No, you said you travel a lot, and do you travel to like just different regionals around the country just for the hell of it?
I wouldn't say so much as regionals, as money tournaments, but I mean I do. I travel. Like, I used to probably catch 2-3 flights a week. So I mean, there's no telling where I would be at. I would just try to find cornhole wherever I was going to be at.
Were you doing that traveling just strictly for cornhole, or was that like your other job? And you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna play cornhole while I'm there."
No, I was just playing cornhole, but like I was trying to do, I was just trying to see the country at the same time, and I get good opportunities. Like I've been to 46 states playing cornhole.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man.
So I don't know. I really like skiing. So when I get during the wintertime, I try to go skiing a little bit. So I always find tournaments out there.
Mm-hmm.
I go to California a lot. So we always find – my buddy lives out there, Hunter Thorne. He's a fellow pro. So he'll pick me up from the airport, and then we go get into it wherever we find cornhole.
No Alaska, no Hawaii yet, or what?
No, but Hawaii is on the list. I got some boys that play in Hawaii. They've been begging me to come out. I actually did a collaboration with some bags with them, with their cornhole group, Hawaii Cornhole, and Get Nuts. It's called Get Nuts Wear. It's a big like apparel business out there, and he's big time in cornhole. And they've been begging me to come out. They just tell me to buy a flight. They got me a place to stay now. So one of these days I'm gonna make it out there to Hawaii soon.
Next year at this time, we're going out. It's April's 50th birthday. We're going out next year at this time. So if you want to come out then and celebrate her 50th birthday and play some.
Well, maybe, Laura, that's when we'll do our trip to Hawaii.
Might have to count me in there, Rob.
All right.
Laura, did you hear me? Did you hear me? She's not even paying attention to me right now.
That's what I want to do on our vacation to Hawaii is play fucking cornhole.
Oh, no. That's just part of the vacation to Hawaii. That's
part.
It's not the only reason to go.
You just go by yourself and go play
We're
cornhole.
going to go to a luau. We're going to see the pig with the apple, and you can get in the water,
we're doing all the good stuff.
All the things.
And then we're going to
do
play
all the
cornhole
things.
too.
I'm just going to throw some bags every once in a while.
Come on.
Jesus. Well, Rob, you got anything else, man, for
Come
Noah?
on, Laura. Man, I could talk to Noah just
I
like
know
any
you
of the
could.
guests that we get on here. I could talk to Noah for days. And it's hard to nail him down for this long most of the time. That dude is so busy. He just told you 46 states. And that just happened in the last 2 years. So, 46 states, it's hard to nail this dude down for an hour. But, dude, thanks again for, giving us the time. And I'd like to have you back on once this teams thing gets into full swing. We'll talk about how the Skunks are doing and how your picks went and how you feel about it, midway through the season, if you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, I'll come back on. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, Noah, hey,
Yeah.
appreciate it, man. Like Rob said, man, I know you're a busy guy. You didn't play a blind draw just to be on with us tonight, and we appreciate it. And it was a pleasure finally getting to meet you. Well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Say hey to Cameron for us, and, just have fun this holiday season.
Merry Christmas to y'all.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
All right, folks.
Thanks, man.
This is Santa Bird saying ho, 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 and we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Rob. Merry Christmas to you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode of Hammered. Throw them straight.
Nope.
Oh,
It's,
my
the
God.
sticky
Hold on.
side,
we
but-
got to do that over. I said the wrong podcast. Whoops.
I love this freaking guy.
Holy shit. All right, hold on. All right. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, hey, folks, this is Santa Bird, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of Hammered. Ho, ho, ho. God damn it.
Hammered
Laura, why did I do it again?
How does
Fuck.
this guy say hammered again? What is the matter with this guy? Are you kidding me?
Do you need
I
me to
feel like you
sign
are
up for
hammered.
Oh, God. Hold
Yeah,
on. Here we go.
please.
I was about to say
Throw
that. He must
straight.
be about to go get hammered.
He must be about
That's
to
all
go
we
get
do on
hammered,
this
this
show.
boy. I'll tell you.
Jesus Christ.
You know what, Rob? You sign us off. I'm just going to say Santa Bird and Rob, ho, 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 and then you just take it and say, see you next time. Go ahead, Rob. You ready?
I got you, bro.
All right.
Sure.
All right, everybody. This is Santa Bird, ho, ho, ho.
Hey, thanks for joining us for another episode of The Sticky Side. We'll see you next time. Throw them straight.
Cause we all just wanna be cornhole stars saying cheap hotels and driving beat up cars. The crowd gets crazy and the beers ain't cheap. We get drunk all day so we just don't eat. And we hang out at the local bar, throwing bags in the hole like we have